we have launched some pretty incredible things, even just in the last year on Mighty, frankly, even just in the last few months. What I'm going to do is imagine I am a member, I am in transition, I am looking for my home, my community, and I'm going to show you how some of those features can be used all together in this cohesive experience. And I'm also going to live out my dream of being a professor of classical history. Yes, the road not taken for me. Okay. So here I am, and I end up on the landing page for productivity for professors. Remember, I'm a classical history professor in this scenario. And of course, the landing page is so important for your community, right? It is often the first impression. And we completely rebuilt our landing page builder just in the last few months. And cheers for all of you. I have seen so many incredible examples with beautiful imagery and videos and FAQs and testimonials that are just making it so obvious that this is a transition we're going after. This is what this is for. This is what you're going to get out of your community with these beautiful designs. So now you have this incredible landing page that you can showcase what you have. So I see, maybe I get an email, maybe I get a text, maybe my friend is like, check this out. And I go to this landing page. I'm like, whoa, productivity for professors. That sounds like something for me. And I can see they have a few things to offer. They have a basic membership. They have a gold membership. You can look at these prices, right? This goes back to what Gina said about not underpricing. The average membership on Mighty for those that are charging is $48 a month. $48 a month, okay? So I see these amazing memberships, and I also see a challenge. And this is tied into something we launched recently that enables you to offer a standalone thing like a challenge, like a course, like an event where you can have a little taste of something for somebody without bringing them into your entire community. We call this a limited membership, a limited experience. And it's even something you could decide, hey, this is actually what I want to market. So maybe instead of leading with your membership, you just want to showcase this challenge. People to come to your landing page and say, hey, just try it out. All you have to do is commit to is a challenge. 5-day productivity challenge, going to make you a better professor, going to give you a system you could use. And it's just a one-time fee. I saw a lot of people in the chat who were like, I don't know, people are hurting. I don't know about this economic climate. I don't want to underprice, but I want to still be charged for, the resources and the value I'm providing. You can just try a one-time thing so they can see the value before committing to the full membership. So I love this as an option. I see some people in the chat saying they've been using limited memberships. Randy says it's been so successful for all my hosts. She works with a lot of Mighty hosts, y'all. This is something I really encourage you to try for January. You can even have on our growth plan and above multiple landing pages. So let's say you want to have one that's really about marketing your challenge, your course, and the other is more about, hey, we have this membership, or maybe we have 2 tiers. You can have them both live and send different groups of people to them. Really phenomenal. So I don't know about you, but I'm sold. I'm into this challenge. This is what the limited membership can look like, okay? Simple, focused. All I am doing is I am moving through this challenge. And this is using our incredible courses feature, because it's not just about a course. Could be a course, could be a challenge, could be a resource library. And you have this beautiful ability to have this like Netflix style gallery of what you're offering. And so immediately I can see, okay, these are the things I'm going to move through. I got 1 per day. It's clean. It's simple. I'm not distracted. I still have an account, but I'm really focused. I'm not able to message other people. There's a few things in this community that are kind of hidden away because I am in a limited membership. Is anybody here using our new course layout with these amazing thumbnails? I'm super curious. And Bria, a challenge is really just a type of course where you're giving people an action each day. So if you take us up on our offer, you'll be in a challenge. You'll be in our 14-day challenge. Our amazing host, Maya, is going to take you through an action every day. And so by the end of the 14 days, you've really achieved something. So it's similar to a course, but it's a little different in that there's an action versus just curriculum you're learning. And both are awesome. I see a lot of people using the new course layout. I love it. So good. Jen Laban has an amazing community that looks chef's kiss with all of the graphics in it. So I go through this challenge, and maybe I'm on day 3. Okay, I've mastered my system. Whoa, I get an amazing pop-up. It's like, hey, you got to keep going. There's confetti. I'm feeling excited. And my host here, Ethan, is like, look, keep going on your momentum. You should join our membership. Here is a discount. Got to act now. This is an automation that he has set up that is triggering me at the exact moment where I'm going through, I'm not all the way done, that's trying to get me to act now because I have momentum and they want me to keep it. This is an amazing way to use our automations. I am so into this pop-up. I recommend it for all sorts of things. This idea that you are celebrating your members, you are meeting them where they are, you are getting in their face, you are creating FOMO and urgency with this offer, because I know if I say, oh, I'm not quite ready yet, it's going to go away. So very, very cool and magical, and celebrates the member, but also great for the host. Gianna has 40 active automations. She is the queen of automations. We should have a contest to see who is the queen. You know what? I'm like, you know what? I just want to focus on this challenge, okay? I'm not upgrading yet. And I finished the challenge. And now look up here. I know it's small, but it is persistent. I have a banner that's saying, hey, great job. You finished the challenge. Now it's time to talk about it, to join a community, to connect with other people who are also trying to apply the system to their life. And this is possible because of these amazing marketing tools we have rolled out recently that allow you to build an audience and target them with these promotional banners. Y'all, as a marketer myself, I am obsessed with these because you can be so surgical in who you go after. So Ethan here, he could be targeting just everybody who's in this limited membership on this plan, or he could be targeting me really specifically because I finished a certain module, because I signed up with a specific promo code. He can get so surgical about who this banner goes to. He could have 2 ways people come into this challenge. They could both be getting upsold on this membership with completely different copy because of how surgical you can get with our audience tool. So this is an incredible superpower you have for marketing. And I hope if you have it now, you are taking advantage of it. So let me know if you're using the banners. And you know what? It works. I see it up there. I'm going back to kind of refine my actions. I'm like, okay, I have got to sign up for this membership. And I go through our purchase system. We completely redesigned this with marketing and ease in mind. And I was very close to this project because I had strong opinions, shockingly, about getting people to buy things. And so you have now these marketing moments right at the point, right where I'm about to tap in my credit card. You have these marketing moments where you can have a great image or video. You can have the benefits listed. And then not only are you convincing people, you have so much flexibility. And I have to shout out our squad of engineers and designers who worked on some incredible updates to our payments. You have so much flexibility about how you charge on Mighty. Now, we already had multi-currency. We already had tons of different options, but we supercharged them. The limited memberships is one. Being able to offer promo codes, love a promo code. Being able to offer different intervals. Maybe you want to have a weekly membership. Maybe you want to do it in like 6-month biannual, semi-annual, however it is, 6 month increments, because that's how your program works. Or maybe if anybody here is charging high ticket, the amount of revenue flowing through Mighty when we launched installment plans, because you people out there are saying, actually, you know what, I am going to charge $8,000 for this. I'm just going to make it easier for people to pay, is incredible. So if you are not experimenting with some of these different ways to charge, I think you're very literally leaving money on the table, because it gives people options. All right, I'm in. I'm starting my journey. I'm starting my exploration with this community as I transition from grad school to being a professor. I'm really living my dreams in this live stream. And I land on this beautiful, beautiful welcome page. Beautiful welcome page. And hopefully you can see, let me just go. This was the limited membership, right? The 5-day productivity challenge. And now you can still see that in the left-hand nav. It's like the curtain has been pulled and I all of a sudden have all this new stuff that appeared. You know, I still have the challenge I did, but now I can see it's part of this bigger world with other courses, community forum, and I can even now direct message other people in this community. So it's like we started in one place and then a bunch of stuff got added, and now I'm a full-fledged member. And I land on this welcome page and I have my host here in a video. We always recommend, if you have a welcome page like this, to do a little video introduction. And he's telling me about the transition. He's telling me about the community. He's telling me about what they do here, how I can contribute, and their community values. And Rick, you don't worry about seeing the copy here. This is just to give you an impression. Of course, you can kind of explore tons of different welcome pages. And if you're in Mighty Community, by the way, we have a killer welcome page. But this is just to give you an impression of, I land and I'm immediately introduced through the host about what they are all about here. And then, look at that. I got a notification. I get a founding member badge. Oh, I feel so special. The automation to give people badges automatically when they do things, that could be joining a network, joining a plan, joining a space, attending an event, finishing a course. I could go on and on and on. Super powerful. Gianna says they love the badges. People love a badge. This is a fake presentation and I'm excited to get a badge. People love it. And it's a great, easy thing for you to do as a host, to create that magical experience and just say, hey, we see you. We're glad you're here. You took a first step. Welcome. And I feel pretty special and welcomed by that. And it happens automatically. And then, I'm like, okay, let me check this out. I head over to this beautiful feed. And I want to stop here because there's a lot of things that you can see here. Some of them subtle, some of them not so much. That a ton of work went into to redesign Mighty both on desktop and on mobile to make it feel really clean, really intuitive, really fun to use, Some of those things are small, like spacing, font, how the emoji reactions look and appear. Other things are bigger, like this beautiful column here with featured things, highlighted hashtags, top posts, so that people can get really oriented around where they are and what's available to them. And a ton of work went into this. And I think you can see the results are pretty spectacular. This feels like a place I want to be. So I'm here, I'm checking it out. Ethan has done something very, very smart. I'm gonna let the chat chime in. I want to know if you can guess what he has done that is genius, best practice. You're going to want to be using these. Okay? It's pretty. It's right there. Ginny says, where does the customer access this content? Ginny, I have joined this community. So this is just a feed in Ethan's space. So that is, Raylene is the first one with the right answer. Ethan has a poll. He has a poll. Here is why this is so awesome. Polls and questions are one of the number one ways to increase engagement in your community. Increase engagement in your community because they are beautiful. They are easy to answer, can tap with just a thumb on my phone. They start conversations. Audra may talk about it in her session, but I've seen her go into communities, schedule out polls and questions, and end up with quadruple engagement from just doing that. And Ethan gets an A++ because he's done something even smarter. He is using the infinite question engine. The infinite question engine. This is a feature we built a little while ago. We massively improved this year. And what it allows you to do is say, hey, this is what my community is about. You can give it extra information. You could say, hey, this month, we're a community for professors, but we are all about how to find work-life balance and take time off in the summer. Can you generate polls and questions that speak to that? Or maybe you're saying, hey, we're a community for professors, but we like to have a lot of fun. We like to be silly. Make sure that the tone of every question is really goofy and there's an emoji in everything. You can really tweak it, tweak the engine, work on the engine. There's an engine metaphor in there somewhere to really make it reflect either your community in general or specific themes you have every month. It will generate a ton of questions for you. Not a ton, literally infinite. That's why it's called the infinite question engine. And you can set it to post weekly or daily. And so Ethan, this poll was posted 20 minutes ago. Ethan's sipping a Mai Tai. He's not posting polls. He has set this up and I am greeted with this awesome thing. I'm engaged. I'm excited. So if you have used the infinite question engine, even if you used it a while ago and you're like, I like to do this manually, we've made some awesome improvements. You can prompt it yourself and give it more information. Would encourage you to check it out again. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to answer this poll. I answer, boom, I get another notification. And this time I've gotten some points. I got 100 points for contributing. Use them to recognize others in the community. What Ethan has done is he has set up a system where I am rewarded for doing the thing he wants me to do. I am contributing, I am answering a poll, and I'm getting sweet, sweet points. That is a magical experience because I'm learning what's expected of me. I'm learning how to navigate this community. I'm getting fun stuff, and he's incentivizing me to do it again. We have gamification on Mighty that is unlike anything elsewhere. I'm super obsessed with it, as my team knows and kind of jokes about. But here's why I'm obsessed with it. Gamification on Mighty, there's two parts. There's streaks, and then there's points and recognitions, okay? You get streaks for showing up. If you've ever got a streak on Duolingo, really similar kind of vibes. And then there's recognitions and points. So what you do as a host is you say, this is what we value in the community. Remember that we have Ethan's video. I'm going back. He's talking about, hey, talk about our community values. This is what we value. We value being curious. We value academic excellence. We value integrity. We value being hilarious. You get to decide what your values are in a community. And then you can grant people points and they can use them to recognize others. So with my sweet 100 points, I can recognize Ethan and say, hey, I recognize you for being creative. Creative poll that you just posted. It can be for anything. He gets the opportunity to be showcased for his values. It starts a conversation between us. And this is the main reason why I really encourage you to explore this feature. It freaking works. We have seen this increase member-to-member connections, in some cases over 200%. And Vicky says, how does gamification work with a business-oriented group? How do we make it friendly but professional? It's all about your values, Vicky. Maybe you value something like compliance. I don't know. That was like the most businessy thing I could think of. But you decide what you value in the community. People love to recognize each other. People love to recognize each other. I do not think there is any community in the world that would not benefit from having a system where others get to show up, the members get to show up and say to each other, hey, I really appreciate how you showed up today. You showed up in this way. I don't think there's any community where that would not be a home run. Steve Mattis asked a question about the welcome checklist. This is another fantastic feature of Mighty where you can guide people through their onboarding. It shows up on the right hand. Steve, super simple reason why I'm not showcasing it here. We've had it for a few years. It's killer. We set it up for you when you start a Mighty network. You can customize it. I wanted to focus on some of the newer stuff, but it is super rad. All right, I got my points. Maybe I've recognized some people. I'm getting in the groove. And then I see another banner. I'm being targeted again. And this one says, hey, help us get to know you more. We want to get to know you. Fill out your profile. Fill out your profile. And again, this is just a great example of how surgical or broad you can get with these promotional banners. And they don't always have to be about upsell. So what this is saying is that there's a part of my profile I have not filled out, encouraging me to do this. There could be somebody who's not new in the community who also missed this custom profile field. Maybe it's a new one that Ethan's added, and they get prompted to go fill it out too. So I go, I see my profile, I see my sweet badge, and I answer the custom field that is on my profile. And it's saying, hey, what kind of support are you looking for? What kind of support are you looking for? All custom fields are just questions you ask your members. Questions you ask your members. Could be something like this, where it's more about what do you want them to get out of the community. Could be about something that is a little more fun, like what's your hype song is one we do in a lot of our host communities. You all have some very diverse musical taste. I'll say that. And I love it. And I love it. So it does not have to be just really serious admin stuff. It can also be fun questions. But in this case, I'm showing you this one for a really specific reason. So what do you want to get? What kind of support are you looking for? We got a couple options here. And I say, oh, you know what? I really want one-to-one mentorship. I'm a brand new professor. I want to nail it. I'm looking for somebody to help me with this transition. 10 minutes later, I get this incredible message from my host that's like, hey, Jane, saw you were interested in this, wanted to send you a little more information about it. You want to hop on a call and talk with me? Here is my booking link. Would love it. This kind of soft upsell can be totally automated because the system is saying, hey, Jane is new. This is what she needs. This is how she answered this custom field. You can create an automation that's going to send this at an appropriate time after. Maybe it's not right away, so it doesn't feel so automated. Could be 10 minutes later, could be a day later. And how much better do you think it's going for Ethan getting people into his premium program with this in place versus without it? Kind of a lot better. Right? And is he standing there waiting for somebody to fill out a custom field and raise their hand and say, hey, I want this? No, he is not. He is not.